So we have worked in this sprint, continue to improve the model debugger, and in particular worked on making it easier to send events. You will see it in the demo, but basically you no longer need to drop the event directly on the port, but can instead do it via a dialog. That makes it easier in many cases. We also improved how we generate code for templates. So we previously generated a keyword called export that has actually become obsolete, and you could get warnings if you use it. So by removing this, the code becomes more compliant with modern C++. Then we did a follow-up on something we did a few sprints ago, which is about supporting moving event data. There was one scenario, at least one, maybe more, where it didn't work, and in particular it was because there was a lack of a constructor that takes an explicit type descriptor in the RT typed value struct that we generate for a user-defined class. So for example, if you had an event with a subclass instance as data, but where the event data is declared using a superclass, then it was not possible to move the event data, but this has now been fixed. We also, for a long time, have had requests to make it more flexible how to configure the validation rules the model compiler uses when it checks the input model. So now we're taking a first step in this direction and introduced a framework and user interface and model compiler options that can be used for configuring some validation rules. Actually, so far only for one, but this is a first step, and we will do more in the coming sprint. We have continued to work and improve our new code editor that supports showing more than one code snippet at a time. You will see some of the improvements in this demo, but the feature will still be experimented for another sprint. And then we have added some new target configurations in the installation. There is a target configuration for CLang 16 on Windows, and more specifically, it is the GCC compatible version of CLang, I mean the one similar for MinGUI that we now support on Windows. And that is the latest version of CLang. We also have another one that is working with VxWorks. So as you may remember, we had support in VxWorks for, I think it was Nintendo 3 or something, but now we have updated it to make it work with the latest VxWorks, which is 7.1. And also we have updated it for a more modern version of the CLang compiler. So what we will ship after this sprint is an update of RSRT and RTist 11.3, which is called 2023-19, and that you should install on Eclipse 2022-06. And the older versions, you can see here, going back to 11 are still the same, so we didn't update them. But note that recently it has been decided that 11.0 will go out of support end of May next year. So if anyone is still using that old version, you still have some time, but please plan to uplift it to a new version before it goes out of support. So the experimental features in this release are the same that we had in the previous release. So it's the text-to state machines and the Oracle code editor. Even if the Oracle code editor has been significantly improved, it's still experimental.